Hi there, I'm Chris Moflam. Welcome to African Findings Explained, a series of discussions designed to shine a light of clarity on research findings on topics relevant to ethical leadership for African development. With the United States presidential elections 4 days away from the 3rd of November 2020, you may be wondering how the outcome might impact U.S. Africa development policy. COVID-19 has been the leading economic indicator throughout 2020. The impact of the pandemic on people's lives and the global economy will likely be prolonged disruption. So, the pandemic is the top concern of American voters heading into the election. In the final stretch of campaign, Mr. Trump's closing argument is that COVID-19 is vanishing. On the other hand, Mr. Biden's closing argument is about unity around crushing COVID-19. According to 538, an opinion polls analysis website, as of the 29th of October 2020, Mr. Trump has an 11% chance of getting re-elected, while Mr. Biden has an 89% chance of winning the presidency. What is driving the candidates' chances? For Mr. Trump, it is tax cuts, deregulation, the appointment of conservative judges, restricted immigration, brokering peace deals between Israel and three Muslim countries of the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Sudan. Mr. Trump's report card also includes gross mismanagement of COVID-19 response, bullying, lies telling, amplifying toxic partisanship, stoking racial tension, contempt for the truth, mocking science, and assaulting U.S. as well as international institutions. As for Mr. Biden, he is seen as old, not revolutionary, taxing big corporations and the wealthy at higher rates. Mr. Biden is also seen as an institutionalist, a consensus builder. He listens to scientists to inform his decisions. He is a multilateralist and he is empathetic. Regarding U.S. Africa policy, potential changes would most likely come from the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, which is the nerve center of U.S. economic policy with Africa. AGOA is 20 years old since it was enacted in the year 2000 to provide eligible sub-Saharan African countries with duty-free access to the U.S. market for thousands of products. African countries become eligible for AGOA's benefits by establishing or making continual progress towards establishing a market-based economy, the rule of law, political pluralism, the right to due process, fighting corruption, committing to poverty reduction, and protecting human rights. Eligibility is reviewed annually. Mr. Trump's administration will review and publish a list of eligible and ineligible African countries for 2021 by the 31st of December 2020. Originally designed to cover an 8-year period, President George W. Bush signed legislation extending AGOA to 2015. It was further extended to 2025 by President Barack Obama. Due to competition with the European Union and China, trade between the United States and sub-Saharan Africa declined for the most part year over year in the decade ending in 2019. If Mr. Trump is re-elected, expect more of the international isolationism that has characterized his presidency. If Mr. Biden wins, expect leadership in the revitalization of multilateralism. In its first term, a Biden administration would review and decide on the future of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. Thank you for listening. Please Tune in to our next episode of African Findings Explained. I'll discuss cybersecurity.